All right, let's get into cannabis part 2 on another level. That will sound crazy and make a lot of sense and break down your reality a little bit, because we have different modes and different ways of growing, and there's a cloning phase that connects us to removing 2/3 of the bottom leaves. Now, with flowering, to get the nice, hard, dense buds, you also want to remove the 2/3 of the lower leaves. And this is connecting us to the 2-3 on the 23 anniversary for that 23 hour on the clock of 9/11, and 2025 connects to the 24-hour clock. And this is another bloom mode, the darkness that's coming upon the children of earth for that seed that's been the cannabis plant. So as the millennium, that seed, it could have been planted or with germination and seeing the first set of leaves pop out. It may pop out really fast or a little bit slower. So that's where you see the year 99 for the Y2K ready, and then 2000, or like the words millennium, coming. But then you have 2000, 2001, 9/11, 2002, 2003, 2004, and the wars between those, and then the dawn's light starts shining in 2004, and then you have the woman covered in the sun in 2017. At the same time, right before that, Obama went into office. So this is where you see lights and stuff changing, and where it's putting different blooms and making different trees start producing fruits and all those things, okay? So it's basically making the cannabis plant the most high plant, that THC, that cross plant, come into fruits. And then also the breast of the woman produces THC in the milk for the baby. And we all have CBD or CB1 and CB2 receptors and THC receptors. And most mammals have THC receptors, and this is thing that's just built into man. And as you get older, your THC production slows down, and this is why children experience more euphoria and happiness and all those other things, because they have a higher abundance of it, and they've been storing up on it basically through the mother's milk as it was given to you. And then also that's also why people are in depression and have all these problems and stuff. And another level today, because they aren't given the breast milk, they aren't given the THC from the mother and whatever else. And this is also being played in a big aspect, because you're not being given the THC from the mother earth, because that plant is being taken from you and being told this, that, and the other, and you're being bottle fed whatever, okay? And you're eating it up. So as so the 2/3 leaves connects us to the 23-hour clock on 9/11, connects us to this time frame, and 2025 as the clock strikes midnight, and that midnight connects us to the lights going dark on this first cannabis seed or whatever. So depending when the darkness sets in, that 2004 one, that last leaf may need till 2028, 2030 to start producing its fruits, kind of thing, before it starts getting to be ready for dried and harvest or whatever. But so all these things are connecting different spans of times. Those people, that would be where they're being brought into hell, where like the barren trump, the barren womb, and all these things that's being set up through the so-called Magna Carta right now. That would be Elon and Don, but this is where they're setting up that light for him to control on one side. So that would be their light giving. That's where they have a carnal light, a physical light. So as they go into a physical darkness, a physical carnal bloom room, in a matter of speaking, their light, Don, or his lights for him, are going to shine on him, and they're going to give fruits to what they want and those types of things. And that's where he brings in the old age, okay, to that pinnacle bright spot on the top of the pyramid. And that's where Satan, so-called the one eye and whatever, is ruling them. And and they're being taken into that pinnacle, and they're finally going to be given this eye that connects them to the next pyramid of time, and they're going to be flipped on their sides for the hourglass. And it's like a flux capacitor where you have this pyramid, and that pyramid, and it's all like going in and out as whatever, and the sands of time are going from one pyramid to the other pyramid to whatever, and you got to get in that mid deal and look around or whatever, and this next to the mirrors and the three scores and whatever. But either way, cloning, I'm going by Wikipedia, all right, and the blueberry. The 2/3 leaves removed, 20 centimeters and 8 inch, or 20 centimeters or 8 inches. That connects us to the 28, and that's 28 on 2028. It's also Trump being 82, and the 28 is the 88, and Trump equals, his last name equals 88, and also the 28th state is the TX state, the Texas state. And the 23 leaves removed under direct light. This is for cloning, and under that hood did. The who did. The bad omen. 25 degrees Celsius. That's your 2025 to 23 on 9/11. That's next year. And then 25 degrees Celsius equals the 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and the 77 connects to the year Elvis dead, and that connects to the 48 in 2025 for him being dead that long, and then the 77 is also the 2025 because 5 plus 7 is 7, and you have 2 7s there. So anyways, so Texas on its own grid, it's very likely that Texas in those areas or whatever, that Texas triangle, that kind of thing, can experience an EMP over it. And this is tied to where they have hemp production there. And that's the heat EMP and those things. But that EMP can be tied to that winter ERCOT thing coming that they're warning of, that we might see a replay of 2021 where everything freezes over, and then the power grid situation, everything's been set off there. But this can be that so-called EMP situation where the 2/3 can't leave, and that's going to lead to a whole nother scenario to where your marathon uplift situation where the frack king and the oil and the water and the liquefying and all these things that I've warned you coming is going to be playing a role. Okay, we are approaching these times, and the Kaloning is connecting us to the Kamala and the Lone Star, the Elon Star State, and the TXXT. Those types of things is the Trump and X marks the spot and whatever else. And then as these things happen, this is where you can see going in for the kill shot and whatever else. But if it's not Texas, it's another part of the Mideast per se. Okay, it's where the old die, the 80-year-olds per se die, and the washout in California. It seems that Newsom is saying that it's going to take that will, if they wash out California on the coastline, that will help lead to the 2027 timeframe. So the 3 years riding off of that needed. So that the West Coast big one and whatever, that'd be the final wrap up of that tribulation, because the tribulation in like a soft carnal form has been going on the west side, and it's going to be spreading in a flip-flop fashion to the mid-east of this nation. That's where you see Helena, the people are living in tents and shit or whatever, and it's a flip-flop because it's effing freezing and snowing over there, and it doesn't do that in SoCal. Okay, so It's where you get like the great tribulation. It's tribulation having to live in your tent and those types of things, and depending where you're at in the spectrum, and losing all your stuff the past years through COVID or whatever else is going on. Okay, these are all the tribulations. Those who are last or first, and then depending on the seeds that have been given, seeds that are sprouting, the seeds that are growing and going into bloom or whatever, this is when the techno plays. No, I can't do that. The church tells me that's the mark of the beast. I don't want blah, 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 because you're being left behind. You're left behind. You're not a believer. You may have to go to Canada. You may have to go to Mexico. You may have to go to these places they're telling you that they're coming from. That is just not true. They're wearing bright white clothes, brand new clothes. It's just a clothes set. Go down to Boca Chica. I've been down there. The Spirit led me down there during the 6-month excursion. I said, I'm going to the effing enemy this time. And I went down there and saw it's a damn pony show. It's a damn movie set. It looks like me and my buddies made those effing rockets in our backyard. They're just big bullets. They're made to fucking come down, dude. And you are being shown all this crap. And you're buying it up. That's why they do. Oh man, it's just so stupid, dude. It's one thing after another. Anyways, the hemp production, they're telling you we got to outlaw all THC in Texas. So right there, it's letting you know they don't love Earth. They don't love the Most High. They don't love healing people naturally and all those other things. Okay? So, that's why may just have to leave and watch it and come back when all the dust settles. Okay? Then you can, otherwise you're just going to be pulled to and fro and you're going to be like, man. So, the world's going into bloom mode. The cannabis, the weed, the reefer, the rayfear, the ganja, the daga, all these things, the dope, the potus, the potus, all these things are going to be giving fruits, okay? The Q, come, her, the water, me, Elon. He's down at the Boca Chica. He's in Cali with the nice beaches. All these different plants, all these different herbs are going to be giving fruit, okay? Everything is built on these days. All the light is coming into one focal point. All of God is connected through all of us, through everything in this world. And where there's life, there's death. Where there's death, there's life. Where there's positive, there's negative. Where there's negative, there's positive. Where there's so-called Jesus, there's Satan. And they meet in the middle, called Lucifer. Okay? One gives life, one takes life. One dries, one moistens. So, all these things in this world are going to be going into flower mode. And the light is growing dark.